Good afternoon. I'm going to present a paper on mythological tales of two lands. We have compared India and Greece, and we have examined the mythologies of both the lands, and we have found that there are many similarities in terms of character. So both India and Greece have a lot of mythological tales, and many characters show a resemblance. The great epic of Mahabharata and Ramayana has a lot of character. Both myth and tales of the lands have molded mankind and society throughout the ages. The three gods of Hinduism, namely Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh, represent a trilogy. Zeus the God in Greece is most revered. This paper finds out the similarity between the gods of Hinduism, that is in India, and the gods of Greece. Mythological tales were inserted in the lineage of dynasties in different periods of different people in various regional locations. They all have been voluminous and have contributed to shaping the tales of the land. Mythologies are historic tales transferred from one generation to another and are connected with the land. These lands have added cultural dimension to its people. Both India and Greece has the associated with the land in the form of myths and mythologies. Four Vedas, 18 Purans, Upanishads, and two great epics, Ramayana and Mahabharata, are the sources of tales of India. The characters of Hindu mythology are the gods, demigods, demons, rishis, teachers, apsaras, nymphs, animals, and serpents. God used to fight the demonic forces to restore peace and harmony. Demons were in search of power and immortality. It created a war between the gods and demons. God represented the truth while demons were epitomes of vices. Mythological tales were inserted in the lineage of the dynasties in different periods that we have already discussed. So we have done the literature survey. Myths are the tales of the land. The tales are carried from one generation to generation through questioning rationality. Myths are tales that are not true. History in its true form is the actual incidences well narrated. Both myths and tales of the land have molded mankind and society throughout the ages. So according to Plato, there are 8 main features of the Platonic myth. Myths are a monologue, one-way conversation, showing the importance of wisdom as gained through age. They go back to older, explicitly indicated or implied, real or fictional oral sources. They narrate older stories or tales. They cannot be empirically verified. The narration is derived from traditional and faith, and for this reason, they are not rational examination by the audience. They have a psychologic effect, pleasure, or a motivating impulse to perform. They are descriptive or narrative. They proceed or follow a dialectic exposition. Mythological tales of two lands, India and Greece. Hinduism is based on broadly two principles. Cosmic evolution starts from Hiranyagarbha. It passes through four phases: Satyug, Tretrayug, Dwapar and Kali Yuga, and ends. The process again starts in a cyclic order. Human soul is immortal. Every soul takes a rebirth depending upon the karma. The main theme depicting the Greek mythology are listed below. War theme, these are the inevitable existence. Love theme, heroic themes, and underworld cultures. Geographical connections. Both the Greek and Indian myths have strong geo-referencing in their stories. Their geographical identity, mountain, hillocks, rivers, seas, islands are going to stand for a large period of time. Several generations have been watching and narrating. Myths are connected with the geography of the land and are cited along with the kingdom's capital. This connectedness gives a near realistic touch to the myths and seem to appear as true stories. Mountains. In India mythology, mountains has a good narration, and we see that Mount Kailash is related with Lord Shiva, and the mountain that Krishna lifted, that was used in the Mathura region. Mount Meru is a major mountain considered to be as high 75 times the diameter. It is the god of several gods and goddesses. Mount Meru is considered the center of all physical, metaphysical, and spiritual universe. There is a small hillock in South India, Marudamalai, near Coimbatore. In Ramayana, this is discussed as the mountain. In Ramayana, it finds the difference. Krishna once lifted the Govardhan hill at Mathura to protect the cows and the city from flood fury created by Lord Indra. Water bodies. Ganga and Yamuna have a significant role in the Indian mythology. Yamuna is referred as the mother Yami. So, similarly in the Greek, we see that the geography of Greece was surrounded by sea and many islands were dotted. With fishermen community, philosopher Plato once commented that the Greek people were like frogs sitting around a pool. So the gods were associated with the physical features of the sea and dangers of the sea, and lately the protective gods for those who venture into sea. Nine are the nymphs which controlled and presided over fountains, wells, springs, streams, brooks, and other bodies of fresh water. Nights were associated with fresh water, Oceanites with salt water, and Lemnites with Mediterranean. So these were the Greek gods that were associated with water. So mystic figures in appearance. God of creation Brahma had 5 heads, Ravan king of Lanka had 10 heads and 20 hands, Durga had 10 hands equipped with weapons. A 7-headed horse, Uchchas, the divine horse which came out of the Samudra Manthan ocean churning, gave the Pali. Ganesh had an elephant head and a human body. Narasimha is the avatar of Vishnu, part human and part lion. Zeus is considered as the supreme god in Greece, often referred as kings of gods with abode at Olympus, the highest peak of Greece. In Hindu mythology, God Mahesh synonyms with Shankar, Bole, also known as Mahadev, god of gods, with Edop at Himalayas, Kailash in Himalayas, while Mahadev is represented by Nandibur. Zeus is Greek mythology represented by thunderbolt, eagle, bull, and oak, while Zeus represents lightning and thunder. In Hindu mythology, is equivalent to Indra. There is a concept of Brahman, the supreme god known as Prarambh, the beginning, or Paramata, the supreme Atma. Vedas mention Brahman as imperial form, where pure mention a person, a manifestation of Brahman. So for this we have compared that Brahma is compared with Greek goddess Tits, that is the supreme creator, Vishnu with shoulder, the savior, Mahesh Shankar is compared to Zeus, the supreme god, Durga in the similarity is the Crotus, Lakshmi is Plutus, Saraswati with Athena. Athena was the most revered god in Greece. The capital of Athens is named after that Athena, and a beautiful temple, Parthenon, is constructed, which is one heritage site, still stands in the hills of the Athens. Saraswati with Athena, then Indra with Zeus. Kamdev is connected with Eros, god of love, sex, and desire. Yamaraj, that is the god of death, is connected with Hades, god of death, underworld. And Surya, sun, is Apollo, sun god. And Vishwakarma, the architect, is known as the Hephaestus, and that is the metalwork. So we see that there is a lot of similarity between the Hindu gods and the Greek gods. Mystic figures and appearances. The goddess of power is represented in Durga. We have seen Saraswati is the knowledge and Lakshmi is the wealth. So similarly, we have seen in the Greek god also there are gods and goddesses which represent all these things.